All right, so today I am trying something a little different. But today's topic is Joy Toy. Happy, happy, joy, joy, happy, happy, joy, joy. Yeah, some of you are going to understand that reference and some of you are not. But anyway, so I want to talk about the Joy Toy Warhammer figures. I personally think they are some of the best figures on the market. Um, I don't care what scale you compare them to. I think that they beat out quite a few of them. Um, I am not the most easily impressed individual, but I got to say, getting these Joy Toy Warhammer figures, they are phenomenal, to say the least. Like, just, I mean, other than that falling off just now, that's a first. But, what was that? Let's see. Where'd that even come from? Oh, his shoulder here. Now, that is one thing I will be talking about for these figures. That is one thing that I do kind of have an issue with. Kind of don't. It's not a big deal as long as it goes back. But these figures, I haven't experienced many quality control issues, but I have had some, right? So if it's one thing I don't do is I'm not going to put the cape on for no company. If you mess up, you mess up. So again, I like these figures. I know on the other one just now, this popped off. That was actually a first. I've had these figures for about a month now. So yeah. And I did that on purpose because I wanted to, take some time with them, experience them, play with them, pose them, do whatever, see what happens while I have them because I'm new to the line. So if anybody feels like, hey, you're not, properly explaining something, or hey, that's not a common issue or problem, I'm just going to tell you now, my bad. I'm not, not trying to alienate nobody. But, yeah. So, anyway, gonna get into it. These figures are painted to the nines. I mean, weathering, even down to like the little notes. You can't read it, of course, but still, that detail is there, and it's painted almost flawlessly. Almost, nothing's ever perfect, but these figures, they come pretty close, you know. And these two are, I mean, other than this one being a sergeant, this one is the regular infantry for the Space Wolves. But this is what is essentially a basic Space Marine intercessor. And do they come with accessories? you know, to say the least, you get, the Space Wolves. This is their unique chainsword. You're getting multiple hands. You're getting, let's see if I can get that to focus. Come on, focus. Fist hands. When you're using the side arms, you actually get a optional piece to show that, hey, it's, it's out of the pouch or whatever. Here is that gun. I want to say this is a, oh man, I'm still learning the weapons, y'all, so excuse me. I want to say this is a bolter. I could be wrong. But I know it's one of the smaller weapons. It's not like one of the big ones. But, again, another trigger hand. Another sword holding or knife holding, because this guy has a knife. And yes, it does come out. So, little stuff like that. Like, it goes a long way. And this is just the beginning of this toy line. Like, oh man, I don't like glazing, but They deserve it. I'm not gonna lie. They deserve the glaze. So let me move him out of the way so that I can bring in some other guys, because what I'm doing here today is I'm just gonna talk as I show. I'm gonna wing it. So this guy, again, he's a sergeant. He has a bit more decorations to him, you know, because all of these symbols mean something. They're not just there just to make them look cool. You know, they all mean something. So let's see. He comes with, again, pretty much the same weapons, but you know, they come with the, I guess I'm gonna call this the standard chain sword. I don't know, because this one has a skull on the bottom, so it might not be standard. And let me see, is that the same gun? Yeah, same gun. So I need to learn the names of the guns. Again, comes with the empty holster and, you know, hands. So yeah, this isn't really a review. This is just more or less me showing off the product so that you can see why I'm so excited about it. So I'm gonna take a step up from the basic, and we're gonna go with this one. This one is crazy. Again, this is another sergeant, but this is what I mean. Like, and I am not trying to throw shade at McFarlane. I liked McFarlane's Warhammer line. You know, it's kind of what got me started. This does have a missile in it. You know, that's what got me started. But oh, I could have showed y'all that. It does have some writing on there. So, you know, this goes in there, flips down. But look at this. Like, I'm not gonna say McFarlane is never gonna do something like this, because, you know, McFarlane likes to pull things out of nowhere. But it's already done. It's done in a way that I don't personally see him outdoing this at all. And of course, you know, price point comes into play, but just look at him. You know, that guy looks like he's about to handle some business. You know, and wait, there's more. You know, now this is my personal favorite. I'm more of a sword guy, so I might be a little biased, but this one, look at that. You know, like this is just the finish alone. You know, it's just crazy. For 1/18th scale, 1/18th, wow, 1/18th scale. These are amazing. I mean, these are about what, maybe 4 inches, 4.5, maybe 5 inches tall. Because of course it's 1/18th scale in accordance to their actual height, which is big. But I think these guys are like, what, 9 feet tall or something like that. So yeah, you know, just, you know, move the shield. Even, you know, even the back of the shield has paint and decoration. Like, you just don't really get that, you know, with certain brands, I'll say. But, you know, sword, plenty of options, plenty of, you know, display options. You know, I'm choosing to display them like this because I had them on my shelf. They were kind of duking it out with some imaginary people, because of course I don't have any yet. I need to get some. I need to get some Tyranids. I need to get me some orcs so I can go on a war and all of that. So, moving on, I'm gonna show this is a captain, a Primaris captain, and he comes with the power fist, which I like. And yeah, it's just, again, every time, like, I don't even know if that's showing up well, but that's like a dry brush metal, like, you know, silver kind of deal. But just look at that. You know, these figures are amazing. This right here tends to pop off. I don't know if that's on purpose or, but you know, it just slots back in the place, so it's not a big deal. But yeah, and I'm kind of just showing y'all and letting these do all the talking, because if I talked about how great they are forever, I would just be like, oh my God, why is he's such a fanboy? But I'm not gonna lie to you. In this case, I kinda am. So now we're gonna show a see, I got a jumper, so let me show a jump pack guy. Uh-oh, I might have to, yeah, I'm gonna have to take him off. So this is the stand that he comes with. He does come with this stand here. Now, I talked about QC issues, right? So I got 2 of these figures, and they're both supposed to come with that stand. This is the figure. They're both supposed to come with that stand, but mine's was actually missing one on the first time I ordered it. Not a big deal, as long as you correct it. They sent me a new one. Here's the new one. But that is something that I have to call out because, I'm not trying to make you guys feel like these companies are infallible. I want you to know that they can mess up too, no matter how great I think the figures are or how great they look. Nobody is perfect. But and yeah, matter of fact, this is a regular chain sword, so there you go. There is a let's see. There is a aesthetic difference. You see that one. You see this one. Cool skull. So, and I'm assuming that's a rank thing. I'm still learning Warhammer, so if you are watching this and you're like a super duper Warhammer person, I'm sorry. I'm still learning. Let me see. I can show y'all the alternate look that you can achieve for this guy. So here's him with the same weapon, of course, because it's the same figure, but different head sculpt. Let's see if I can get that to focus in. And again, I can't say enough good things about these figures, even though it's the same toy. And I don't do this. I do not do this. I don't buy the same things. But I plan on keeping. I got this from Amazon, so you know how their return service goes. But I'm gonna go ahead and just pay for it because why not have 2? So talking about Amazon, that means I need to bring up prices. Prices for these figures are all over the place. I'm going to be honest. I would definitely say, if you're shopping for the Joytoy Warhammer figures, take your time. Don't be in a rush. And kind of just watch stuff for sales. Because some of these you can get at a really good price. And then sometimes they are priced way out of line. But so, to each their own. What's worth it to you may not necessarily be worth it to me. But I would say I'm always trying to save a little bit of something. So I would say wait, but look at this. Like, that is amazing. That is amazing. For 1/18 scale, this is a 4-5 inch figure. Like, look at this. Man, where was this at when I was buying my G.I. Joes? But now I'm gonna bring out, here's one of the Terminator armor guys. It comes with hammer and shield. Look at this. And not to mention them standing. These figures stand so well. They come with little stands, if you want to use them. They don't need them. They don't need them at all. Just look at that. This is the figure that made me sell off my McFarlane. It was this one. Because I had just bought the McFarlane Terminator armor figure. And it's a good figure. Don't get me wrong. The McFarlane one is not bad. But this blew it out the water. Just the level of detail, paint, weapons. And they're fully articulated, by the way. They're hindered by, their shoulder armors or whatnot. But I mean, these guys, they're so cool. I can't say enough good things about them. And for a difference, this one has a freaking missile pack. Like, who wants to run into this guy? Nobody. Nobody wants to. This dude not only has a missile pack, he has a storm bolter. Not only does he have that, he also has a power fist. And on top of that, he has a chainsword attached to. Come on. Come on. Like, no, I'm going the other way. You know what? I think I saw some issues going on over there. I'm going to run that way. I'm not dealing with him. And these guys are able to take on entire armies on their own, you know. And man, again, I can't say enough good things. Now, I'm gonna move on to this one is one I just recently got. Adrax. And he is a salamander. By the way, the other ones that I showed were ultramarines. And the light blue one right here, I think I already said, but he is a space wolf. So there are different chapters in the Imperium. This one here is a salamander. And yeah, look at that. And these arms are ratcheted, right? The arms are ratcheted, so they hold their weapons up with no problems. You know, these guys. Joytoy, you have a fan in me. You got a fan in me. Like, I can't. Look at that. Look at the finish. That is crazy. And I have been collecting figures for a long time. SH Figure Arts, Mayfex, some Marvel Legends, DC Multiverse now, because I wasn't doing it when Mattel had the license. Bandai, model kits. I'm all over the place when it comes to collecting, and I'm a big Gundam collector. I know I haven't done a Gundam video yet. I will be, but I am a big Gundam collector. That's actually my bread and butter. But look at this. I can't. Just bam. Dude has a flamethrower. By the way, a little bit of a bio on this guy. He built these weapons himself, So these guys do have personalities. They're not just mindless, war machines. But look at that. Look at the level of detail. And I said something about price point. So these figures are expensive. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Even for a basic Space Marine, you're going to be paying, I think it's like $24.99 at the cheapest, and about $30 at the top for just one of these guys. But I'm here to say that whether you get it for 24 or you get it for 30, you're not going to regret that purchase. Now I wouldn't pay 40, 50, 60 for it, because again, with price range, the level of figure goes up, right? But like, for example, this one, showing this one again, I think I paid like $57 for this one, and I don't regret it. I have zero regrets spending that money. And that's one thing I would say that is really good when you buy something and you appreciate it immediately out of the box. That's how it should be, right? That's why when you do get quality control problems, it sucks. This one is my favorite so far. This one made me choose my chapter that I am going to indulge in. And he is the Grand Master of the Dark Angels, Azrael. This figure is, man. I had issues with this figure. My first one, he didn't come with the right trigger finger hand, so I had to get another one again. They sent me another one, no problem. But yeah, this figure. Again, he's fully articulated. This is more of a soft plastic, so kind of wish it was a soft goods deal, but these guys get posed and put on the shelf, and they look so good while they're there. You know, this dude comes with a whole freaking banner. You know who he is when he comes about. But yeah, I can't say enough good things about the Joytoy figures. I'm amazed. And that doesn't happen often. I'm normally, again, I've been collecting action figures for some time. I've had a lot and I've seen a lot. And again, every single one of these figures come loaded with accessories. You're not gonna be hurting for accessories when you're buying these figures. So, and that's if you do, to each their own. Some people may like it. Some people may look at that and be like, no. This one, I got them for 47, but I think I've seen them be as high as like 67 or 65 or something like that. Again, patience. I put the order in, even though they didn't fulfill the order for a week or so, I got them cheaper. And sometimes you got to play that game. Sometimes you really have to play that game. If you just got it like that and hey, more power to you, but that's not me. So yeah, that's all I got to say. Like I said, Joytoy. I cannot. Like I said, I've had some hiccups here and there, but I just cannot be upset with these figures. I love them. They are some of my favorite figures in my collection now, and like I said, I don't regret spending one dime on these figures. I definitely plan on getting more. And, they look so good. You put them out together, make it look like, they're fighting whatever, tyranny or heretics or, whatever it is they got to fight. The Necrons. I need to get some of those because I like those guys too. But there you go, So yeah, that's all I got to say about Joytoy. They have their problems too. They are pricey. There's no doubt about that. But like I said, in my personal opinion, I think they're worth every penny. I think that if you're going to invest in a Warhammer line and you're not a painter, you're more of an action like me because I'm not a painter. But I think this is definitely a good way to go because those models are expensive anyway. I'm not even going to talk about those models because those models are even more expensive than these. And these are fully articulated and painted and all of that. So, yeah. Warhammer is definitely not the cheap man's hobby, but I have not regretted it since I have stepped into it. I've been loving every minute, every second, and I plan to continue to grow in the fandom. So, yeah. These are not figures that you will see on the shelf, so I don't get to say my favorite little saying. But I will say this. Everybody be good and happy collecting.